This plant may look like something you'd bring home, but Saara DeWalt, a professor in biological sciences at Clemson, wants to help get rid of it.
The interesting thing about this plant, it's called Clidemia hirta, that's the scientific name. It's sometimes called Coster's curse in Hawaii, where it is invasive.
DeWalt says Coster's curse made its way to Hawaii in the 1940s and spread much like the cursed kudzu of the South. You can find it on most tropical oceanic islands and continental regions like Africa and Australia.
What fascinates me about this plant is that where it's native, which is Central and South America and many Caribbean islands, it's not that abundant. And where you find it is maybe on roadsides and pastures, but it's not very noticeable. It doesn't garner much attention. But where it's been introduced, it's become very problematic.
DeWalt says the invasive plant forms big and extensive stands.
More importantly, it gets into the forest understory. So these tropical forests, rainforests that we have generally considered to be and generally are relatively resistant to non-native plant species are being invaded by this plant.
DeWalt says she spent the past 20 years trying to figure out why Coster's curse isn't noticeable in its native range, but where it's introduced, it becomes very abundant. She is exploring whether good pests, herbivores, or pathogens are able to control the plant in its native range. DeWalt received a grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture to find a way to eradicate Coster's curse. DeWalt says a nematode, a microscopic roundworm, may be the solution. She says the worms create galls on the plant.
They cause the plant to kind of grow, to produce extra stuff so that the little babies can live inside of it and feed.
DeWalt teamed up with Clemson professor and nematologist Paula Agudelo and a U.S. Forest Service entomologist in Hawaii to find the best strain and location for the nematode in order to control the plant.
In an experiment that I did in Costa Rica now a while ago, it seemed like this nematode was most effective at killing the plants.
DeWalt says people around the world are trying to control Coster's curse, which can smother plantations, pastures, and native vegetation. Sheep will not eat the plant, and the tannin in the plant's berries is poisonous to goats. From Clemson University, Wanda Johnson, Clemson News Now.